Top 10 Sexiest Unisex Perfumes. If I have to choose my favorite scent category, it will always be a good unisex fragrance. In my opinion, all these fragrances can be enjoyed by both men and women. Starting off with something easy, something good for every day. To me, this is the most effortless, sexy skin scent. And this is Angel Dust by Fugazi, and I have the Extrait de Parfum concentration. Now, basically, this is a very simple scent. It has pink pepper, cashmere wood, white amber, and enveloping cashmeran. If I smell this on a man, I will definitely be interested in knowing that man. And I love wearing this fragrance myself. First of all, I love how rough the edges are in this fragrance because the pink pepper is definitely present and that pink pepper stays. However, as it dries down, the cashmere, woody notes, and amber make it very seductive and mysterious to me. One thing that I love the most about Angel Dust is that it is an effortless, sexy unisex skin scent. This to me smells like boy next door. If ever I have to go to the office and wear like a signature scent, I will choose Angel Dust actually, because this is definitely my vibe. Just incredibly sexy in my opinion. Once again, Angel Dust by Fugazi. If you are looking for a very good cashmeran, wood, and amber combo. All right, next up, in my opinion, is a very sexy unisex gourmand. And I recently discovered this in Cannes. This is Electric Wood Extrait de Parfum by Room 1015. Now, this is their newest release. They launched this fragrance to celebrate 10th year anniversary, and it is actually inspired by the scent of an overheated electric guitar. Let me read you the notes because this is the first time that I'm talking about this fragrance in my channel. It has cardamom, saffron, nutmeg, orris, myrrh, oak moss, cedar, cypriol, vetiver, and vanilla. I'm going to categorize this fragrance as a spicy, woody gourmand. It opens up spicy, like the cardamom, saffron, and nutmeg, definitely present. However, as it dries down, it becomes woodier. And there's something very caramelized about it, even though caramel is actually not listed in the note breakdown. The main notes I'm getting out of this fragrance are the spices, the woody notes, and caramel. Imagine like caramel dripping on wood. I'm gonna tell you the truth. The first time I tried it, when I was in the launch in Cannes, I didn't really like it. However, when I gave it the full day wear test, I changed my mind. This is super sexy. I'm even gonna categorize this as like a gourmand that a man can wear. Like, I let my husband use it the other day and I couldn't stop sniffing him. I find this fragrance so sexy. Like the woody notes, myrrh, and oak moss gave this fragrance depth. I would say the main notes that I'm getting here are caramel, woods, and spices. I think if you are into caramel scents, you will love Electric Wood. By the way, I find this fragrance to be like the sweetest scent out of Room 1015's collection because I have tried them all. And Electric Wood, the Extrait de Parfum concentration, is definitely the sweetest. However, it is a sexy kind of sweet, it's not, I'm not going to categorize it as like a bakery sweet kind of gourmand. This is a woody gourmand, which I find quite interesting as I don't think I have woody gourmands in my collection. So yeah, having said that, this is a winner, guys. A very unisex fragrance. If you're a man and if you're looking for a sexy gourmand scent, highly recommend you Electric Wood. Performance is outstanding, by the way. I think amongst all Room 1015's fragrances, this by far is the strongest. It lingers, it has a very good projection, and it lasts more than 8 hours on me. Once again, Electric Wood, Extrait de Parfum by Room 1015. All right, when I talk about unisex, there has to be coffee and cacao combo, right? And of course, Iris Cartagena by Bon Parfumer will definitely be on today's list. This is the Extra de Parfum concentration. And if you watch my channel, this is part of my top 10 for life this year. And actually, Angel Dust was part of my top 10 for life last year. Most of these fragrances that I'm talking about are or were part of my top 10 for life. So having said that, I really, really enjoy these fragrances. Anyway, guys, Iris Cartagena to me is the sexiest earthy iris, bitter cacao, and coffee combo that I just couldn't resist. I raved about this fragrance the moment I received it last year. I haven't smelled anything like it. I love how sweet and bitter this fragrance smells like. So having said that, the cacao and coffee are very prominent, along with some sugar. And of course, that earthy iris that somehow turns into buttery iris as this fragrance dries down. Iris Cartagena, in my opinion, is a very sexy, deep, mysterious cacao and coffee scent. I absolutely love this fragrance. In my opinion, yes, it can be a little bit gourmand as well. It is sweet. However, this is a kind of gourmand that I would love to smell on a man. Same thing as Electric Wood Extra de Parfum concentration. I love the mysterious vibes that Iris Cartagena evokes. And just in case you're not really into deep, bold, and dark kind of experience, but you love Iris cacao and coffee, they recently released an eau de parfum, and it is in an orange bottle. Now, I just received this 2 days ago, and of course, I've been playing with it already. I noticed that this is definitely woodier and fresher. There is an added eucalyptus and mandarin in this fragrance that made it a little bit different with Iris Cartagena. Same DNA though. But I will say that if you find this too deep and dark for your taste, however you love Iris Cartagena, I highly recommend you checking out their EDP concentration. This is definitely woodier and less sweet in my opinion. The eucalyptus gave this fragrance like a different kind of spiciness that I am enjoying as well. However though, they are very similar that in my opinion, you don't need both if ever. So if you like a more like airier or more diffused, let's just say more diffused version of Iris Cartagena, go for the EDP concentration. Performance of these two Iris Cartagenas are above average. Let's say it lasted me around 6 to 8 hours with moderate projection. Okay, next up is once again by Bon Parfumeur, and this is Myrrh Shadow. Guys, this is a creation of Quentin Bisch, by the way. I discovered it in Exans this year, and basically this is a spicy, powdery, patchouli, myrrh, musk, cashmere combo of my dreams. It opens up quite fresh and spicy. It has bitter orange, blackcurrant, grapefruit, along with basil, cinnamon, and cypress. And then as it dries down, the more it becomes deeper and bolder because of the myrrh, benzoin, akigala wood, cashmere, patchouli, musk, and cedar. This is an amazing fall winter scent in my opinion, and I definitely find it super unisex sexy. I would love to smell this on a man. Myrrh Shadow is very unique because aside from it being spicy, woody, and resinous, it is also powdery, especially in the dry down. So I will say texture-wise, this is a powdery fragrance. And honestly, that powdery facet of it makes me more drawn into it because I don't have anything like it. I haven't smelled anything like this fragrance and I truly enjoy it. I attended the launch of this fragrance, so a lot of men and women were spraying it on during the event, and I love how it smelled on a man. And of course, I love wearing it myself. I'm gonna consider this as one of the best releases this year, actually. And yeah, that's how much I love it. This is an Extrait de Parfum, so performance is above average. I'll say it projects better than Iris Cartagena and it lasts longer as well. But I guess, of course, because it has heavy notes as well. We're talking about myrrh, benzoin, patchouli, akigala wood, and cedar, okay? So yeah, highly recommend Myrrh Shadow if the sound of a spicy, woody, powdery, resinous fragrance sounds appealing to you. All right, next up is Tales of Amber by Goldfield and Banks. And now we're gonna talk about amber. Okay, this is a beautiful lipsticky, orris, salty amber scent that I am truly enjoying. This is definitely unisex, and I think if you enjoy amber and lipstick scents in your fragrances, you will definitely love Tales of Amber. Now, I find this fragrance a unique amber scent because it is quite salty. Normally, I find amber scents to be very resinous and very warm. With Tales of Amber, I don't get that much warmth. I think because of the saltiness coming from the ambergris. So like a fresh amber contrasted by that lipsticky iris, orris, and that green mossy note. I truly love this fragrance. And if you watch my channel, I have raved about it since the day it was released, or basically since the day that I got it. Highly recommend this fragrance. In my opinion, this is one of the best releases this year as well. Definitely unisex, and it definitely has sex appeal. Once again, Tales of Amber by Goldfield and Banks. Right, now let's talk about something affordable. And this is actually a celebrity fragrance. Stash by Sarah Jessica Parker. Basically, this is a peppery, woody scent that just screams, yeah, sexy vibes. I have talked about this fragrance many times in my channel. I would say if you are into unisex woody fragrance, you will definitely love Stash. This to me is giving like an antique bookshelf, like imagine Harry Potter vibes. Stash is very woody and fresh at the same time. I get black pepper, grapefruit, ginger, and a lot of woody notes in this fragrance. I'm gonna categorize it as a fresh, spicy, woody fragrance. It kind of smells like a bookshelf, but you know, in the sexiest way possible. I know that's quite hard to interpret, but yeah, that's how I see Stash. It's like a sexy, woody scent. I love wearing this myself, and there are times that I request my husband to use this actually because, yeah, I love woody scents on a man as well. And yeah, it doesn't make it like a masculine leaning fragrance, okay? So just keep that in mind. I love how the olibanum gave depth in this fragrance. So I would say quite resinous as well, but this is more of like a fresh, spicy, woody scent with a touch of resin. So yeah, once again, Stash by SJP. All right, some affordable options. Axis by French Avenue. This is a smoky, dark vanilla. So if that sounds appealing to you, you'll definitely love this fragrance. It has freesia, plum, amber, woodsy notes, vanilla, and labdanum. It is dark, it is bold, it is smoky, and I love how the labdanum, amber, and vanilla are blended in this fragrance because it is done so well. It has some little rough edges, and actually, I find those rough edges sexy, okay? So having said that, this is not like your smooth, smoky vanilla. And that's the beauty of it. I know a lot of you have bought Axis from my recommendation, and I keep getting good feedback. I truly enjoy this fragrance. It is on my fall perfume tray, and it is a kind of smoky amber vanilla scent that I would love to smell on a man as well. Definitely mysterious and bold. The performance of Axis is definitely above average. All right, next up is another affordable fragrance, Mahd al Dhahab by Arabiat Prestige. I've talked about this fragrance several times as well in my channel. This is a fresh, spicy, fruity, boozy, amber, ginger, vanilla scent that is very sexy. This is somehow boozy to me, even though there's no boozy notes listed. It has red berries, clary sage, vanilla, patchouli, that gave this fragrance a chocolate nuance. Yeah, like a chocolatey, clean boost of a scent that I just find very sexy and attractive. This is, by the way, inspired by Born to Stand Out's Drunk Lovers, I think. And I'm not going to compare them side by side. I know that a lot of you bought Mahd al Dhahab after my recommendation. And yeah, I keep hearing good feedback about it. Definitely a sexy unisex fragrance that's just right in the middle. Actually, all of these fragrances are just right in the middle unisex. Mahd al Dhahab, if you're looking for something boozy yet smells clean, fresh, slightly spicy, and chocolatey at the same time. Okay, next up, Lamar by Kajal. Like, do I even have to explain why? To me, this is such a sexy pineapple, rose, amber, and moss combo. One of my favorites from Kajal. I would say actually, it's my top 2 favorite from Kajal. And there's something about this fragrance that just smells very seductive. It's quite weird because it is fresh. However, it is giving mysterious vibes. And it is definitely because of the amber and moss in the base. Like, Kajal fragrances has that sexy amber moss DNA that I am truly enjoying, by the way. And the addition of pineapple and rose is just chef's kiss. I'm even going to consider this as one of the sexiest male slash female fragrances. Yeah, I know it sounds weird, but that is the vibe that I'm getting from Lamar. I think if you are like me and you enjoy rose, okay, in your fragrances, you will definitely love Lamar because the main notes that I'm getting out of this fragrance is definitely rose, backed up by fresh pineapple, apple, and red berries. As this fragrance dries down, it becomes deeper and bolder because of the amber, cashmere wood, and moss. Definitely sexy unisex fragrance. Performance-wise, as most Kajal fragrances, it lasts the entire wear time and it even lasts longer on clothes. Once again, Lamar by Kajal. Alright, and last but not the least, I know I have to include a tobacco fragrance, right? Because how can it be unisex without a tobacco fragrance? And I'm talking about a good tobacco vanilla scent. Herod by Parfums de Marly. This was once part of my top 10 for life as well. That's how much I enjoy this fragrance now. First of all, I love it because it is a kind of tobacco scent that smells smooth and refined. It doesn't have that rough edges, I know a lot of you loves Tobacco Vanille by Tom Ford, but I don't know. I find that fragrance to be a little bit, rougher to the edges, whereas Herod is definitely like more refined, very sexy and alluring tobacco, vanilla, and amber scent. Actually, I haven't worn this fragrance for quite some time now, and this video is reminding me to use Herod once again. I know this is an oldie but a goodie, but when it comes to tobacco, vanilla, amber scent, Herod is my standard. Definitely sexy and alluring. I feel empowered when I wear this fragrance, and I love smelling this on my husband as well. I remember there was a time, maybe like 2 years ago, that this was the only fragrance that I asked him to wear, every time he was with me. So yeah, the OG Herod by Parfums de Marly to end today's video. So that is the video for today, guys. I hope that you enjoyed. Let me know if you enjoy as well unisex fragrances like me, and I would love to know your sexy unisex favorites. Please let me know in the comments down below so the community will know as well. Once again, thank you all so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, okay, if you haven't already, and see you on my next one. Bye!